God evening, you guys. It is March 5th. We have Jesus calling, make friends with the problems in your life. This is a big one. Look, we got that whole thing. So let's see what Jesus wants to talk to us about today. I hope you guys are having an amazing night. Make friends with the problems in your life. God's saying befriend it. Be kind to these problems, right? Though many things feel random and wrong, remember that I am sovereign over everything, right? The thing that's so easy to forget is that God is in control. He truly is in control. And as long as you are aware of this fact and you acknowledge it and you embrace it, then you are going to be able to allow God to do so many beautiful, amazing things in your life. Remember that I'm sovereign over everything. I can fit everything into a pattern for good, but only to the extent that you trust me, only to the extent that you trust him. Right? God gave us free will. God gave you your life. God gave you your freedom. He gave you everything, right? But if you truly want God to help you, you have to give back his gift to you so you can receive even more gifts, right? You have to give back that gift of free will, right? And take on God's will, take on a will greater than your own. I can fit everything into pattern for good, but only to the extent that you trust me, right? You have to put your faith in God. Every problem can teach you something, transforming you little by little into the masterpiece I created you to be, right? God is never going to give you something that you can't handle. God is never going to do something in your life that you can't handle, right? And so he's saying to view everything as a positive, view every opportunity as a learning opportunity I created you to be. The very same problem can become a stumbling block over which you fall if you react with distrust and defiance, right? God is saying that every that every roadblock that you see it can one of two things can happen, right? You can either go over that roadblock and learn, right? Let's say you have a low car, right? Let's just say a low car analogy, right? You go over this roadblock, it scrapes the bottom of your car, it messes up your engine, right? It hurts you because you went over it too fast, right? You went over it too fast, you scrape up your car, you didn't learn. Every time you do it now, you're scraping up your car and messing up your car, and you're getting mad, you're getting angry at the roadblock, right? But you're not learning. Or you can go over the roadblock, scrape your car, but then next time learn. You gotta go sideways, you gotta go slower, you gotta take your time. You're not gonna be mad at the roadblock if you mess up. You're going to be able to figure out where you went wrong, right? You're going to be able to learn from your mistakes. And it's a really bad analogy, but that's kind of what God's saying here, right? The choice is up to you, and you will have to choose many times each day whether to trust me or defy me, right? To truly improve as a person, to get closer to God, you have to choose, right? And it is so much easier said than done, guys, because I get it. I get that you're faced with something that you truly, truly want to do, and you know God doesn't want that for you, but you're going to go and do it anyway, and you're just going to pray for his forgiveness, right? You're going to be like, God, it's okay, he'll forgive me later, but do not abuse this. Do not abuse God's love. Do not abuse God's kindness, right? The choice is up to you, and you will have to choose many times each day whether to trust me or defy me, because those really are the two only options, trust or defy, guys. And I only want to be on one side of God, and that's his good side. The best way to befriend your problems is to thank me for them, right, guys? If you have a problem, thank God for them. It's gonna let you see this problem in a whole new light. Thank God and be like, God, thank you so much for this opportunity to grow, and thank you for showing me where I can improve, what lessons I need to learn to work better in your kingdom, right? A prayer like that can go such a long way. This simple act opens your mind to the possibility of benefits flowing from your difficulties. You can even give persistent problems nicknames, helping you to approach them with familiarity rather than with dread. Or you can give problems nicknames, right? Going over a speed bump, you call it bump time, bumpy time, or no, bump time doesn't sound right. We could call it Speedy Gonzalez. Look at it, we got a Speedy Gonzalez coming up, right? And it can let you see that in a whole new light, right? Something positive, as something that you're excited to do, right? You're excited to take on this challenge. The next step is to introduce them to me, enabling me to embrace them in my loving presence, right? Once you're able to kind of twist this problem into a digestible way for you, now you can digest it and then give it to God, or you can eat it and you can give it to God. You can give it up and you can say, God, please digest this for me, process it for me. The next step is to introduce them to me, enabling me to embrace it in my loving presence. I will not necessarily remove your problems, but my wisdom is sufficient to bring good out of every one of them, right? God's not promising that he's going to take all these problems away from you, that he's going to cure you of any ailment, any disease, any problem that you have, right? But he is promising to give you the wisdom, the strength, the guidance to learn, to grow, and become better, and to bring only good out of it, right? And that's what God promises. God promises only good, only love, only happiness, only life. Let's see where this comes from. Romans 8:28. We are assured and know that God, being a partner in their labor, all things work together and are fitting into a plan for good too, and for those who love God and are called according to his design and purpose. In 1 Corinthians 1:23-24. But we preach Christ crucified, a stumbling block to Jews and foolishness to Gentiles. But to those whom God has called, both Jews and Greeks, Christ the power of God and the wisdom of God. That is March 5th. I love you guys so much. Thank you. And with that, I will say amen.